not to say, woe is me, but it's, you put a lot of yourself into it. I think more than the actual wear and tear on your hand, it's just kind of like wear and tear on your head. But I think as an artist, you want to have something to say. You don't want to just be like, oh yeah, I can draw, I can draw this every day, all day long. I mean, I could, but it's like you get to a point where I personally want every piece to say something unique and different from the other piece. If I draw a Dutch with a chainsaw, I don't want to do it, 25 times. I want to do it in a specific way at a specific time when it means something. I think the way you actually progress and get better is to not be happy, which is kind of shitty. I mean, that's like having a ton of sex and never having an orgasm. And like, truth be told, with every single piece I have hanging in a gallery or everything that's in a magazine or skateboard or t-shirt or whatever, all I can see is where I screwed up. You gotta keep, wanting to get better. I mean, I think every artist knows all their weak points, and we are great at hiding them. I don't like drawing horses. I fucking hate drawing horses. I hate drawing dogs, and I hate drawing cats. I hate drawing those three, and I will do anything in my power to avoid drawing them. If I draw a horse, it looks like a giant dog. It looks like some mutant shit. And I think every artist knows how to hide that stuff and focus on their strength rather than their weaknesses, but having the courage to work on your weaknesses is really what's going to strengthen you. Where you really start to grow is when you start drawing horses that don't look like dogs. If you're going into art thinking about how much money can I make, or can I do something for Rolling Stone magazine, you're never going to do it, because if that's your approach, it ain't going to happen. That's me not being satisfied. If you're satisfied, if you're still fairly young and you're satisfied and you're stoked on your stuff, then you're done. You got to know that you haven't peaked. I hope I don't peak. I hope I don't peak until, I'm twice my age, hopefully. We'll see. I don't think you can sum up my career without at some point putting Dutch in there, because that is my staple. That, I think, is what I'm best known for. Dutch kind of does what we wish we could do, but we can't do. Because obviously society, pulls its strings and says what we can and can't do, but it's kind of that little soapbox for, what you want to do when that guy cuts you off, or, what you really think of, your mother-in-law or whatever it may be. So I started drawing Dutch. I mean, I think I did my first Dutch piece, my little chimp character. I think I did him 15 years ago or something like that. And I just kind of did it on a whim. I had a big art show, and it was just one of the pieces. And everyone latched onto this character. I would still draw the little guy if, it was in sand on a beach, or if I wasn't making a dime. The funny thing about drawing is a lot of times people see this as this like romantic thing, and you are literally sitting in like a really well-designed prison cell, and you're just at the same drawing table drawing the same variations of the same lines. But it's fun, because like when it really clicks, you just get like lost in this world. It's a party for one. You hang out, and you're by yourself, solitary confinement. It's like house arrest with art supplies, and you just have to produce. But everyone just sees like this cool aspect of it, of drawing, which is the art shows, the openings, the conventions. But what people don't see and don't realize is all those times you sit around being pissed off that you're, out of a certain color of paint, and you can't finish the piece until you have that paint or that pen or whatever the hell it is. People think you just like barf this shit out, but like truth is, you're like, all right, so this hand rolls, how is the fingernails gonna look? Working on this art show, you've got a deadline, and you've got to deliver. You can't just, put a bunch of smiley faces on the wall and call it a day. I think an artist kind of needs a level of panic to create artwork. I think you can create artwork regardless of panic and just kind of like naturally let it spawn itself. It's a good kind of pressure. I've panicked and created amazing pieces because I have to have it done in 2 days, but otherwise that piece probably wouldn't exist because it's like, oh, there's no deadline. I think the fight or flight kind of thing is good, and I think I myself actually produce sometimes better work when I'm panicked the fuck out and it's like I need to do it. If I could harness that kind of fear and need to deliver something and bring it home, I'd be golden. My most reoccurring dream is that I am going to go to a gallery opening of mine, and as a spectator, as a guest, having never seen any of the artwork hanging, and I'm going to walk in there and it'll be my artwork, but I haven't seen any of it. It gives me that spark that I had when I first got into it. I literally started drawing at the age of 2, and I can't imagine doing anything else. Art literally has saved my life. I mean, I love it. I wake up thinking about it. I do it till I go to bed. I dream about it. If I could get my calories from art, I would, It's like blinking. You don't think about it. Like, I'm just doing it. I'm reacting, I'm not, it's natural. It's what I do. If I get people asking me all the time, like, where do you get your inspiration? Like, where did Dutch come from? Where this and that come from? And it just kind of, it comes from, I think, daily living and strife. And even though you don't see Dutch dealing with it, it's dealing with, paying rent and dealing with, human interaction, dealing with, girlfriends, your friends, coworkers, whatever. It's just, we all have that, but then we have to quietly go home, and some of us, drink whiskey and, jerk off, and some of us do that and draw as well.